Welcome back to Choo Choo Rambler. This time we're walking the Ullswater Way over 2 days. On day 1 we're starting here at Pooley Bridge and heading to Glenridding, about 9.5 miles, taking us via Aira Force. And we're off. Leaving Pooley Bridge, we cross the River Emont and start making our way along Ullswater Way towards Glenridding. We've got about 9.5 miles ahead of us today with Aira Force to look forward to along the way. Once over the bridge, we soon leave Pooley Bridge behind and head into the woodland. Nelly's with us for the walk as well, and as usual, she's keen to lead the way. It isn't long before we start getting our first proper views across Ullswater. The route follows a shoreline through a mixture of woodland and open fields, and we soon find ourselves sharing the path with some of the local residents. The path takes us back into the woods for a while, following a lovely quiet section beneath the trees. And with plenty of water coming down from the fells, there are little streams like this feeding into the Ullswater all along the way. As we leave the woodland, the views really begin to open up, with Ullswater below us and the surrounding fells providing a fantastic backdrop. This is exactly the sort of scenery we'd come to the Lake District for. Looks like Molly has decided it's time for a well-earned rest. We've still got a fair way to go, but she seems quite happy to take things at her own pace. After a bit of a climb, we reach another gate. I'm ready for a breather, but Nelly clearly isn't. She's off again. The sign tells us Pooley Bridge is now 2 miles behind us. From here, the landscape really starts to open up with some magnificent old trees, traditional stone barns, and the Lake District fells stretching out ahead. There are plenty of sheep in the fields along this part of the route, so Nelly's safely back on her lead. We follow the track gently downhill with some lovely countryside opening up around us. Another couple of signposts give us a useful progress check. Pooley Bridge is now 4.5 miles behind us, and Aira Force is just 1.5 miles ahead. Down on Ullswater, a few canoeists are making the most of the sunshine. With barely a ripple on the water and the fells all around, it's hard to imagine a more peaceful place to spend the day. The route continues through the woodland, and here we cross one of the many streams that run down from the fells into Ullswater. A little wooden bridge keeps our feet dry as we make our way towards Aira Force. From here, we follow the shore of Ullswater for the final stretch into Glenridding, and that brings day one to an end. 9.5 miles from Pooley Bridge, taking us through some absolutely beautiful scenery along the way. What a lovely day it's been, and a fantastic start to our Ullswater Way adventure. And we're off again. Leaving Glenridding behind, we set off on day 2 of the Ullswater Way. We've got 10.5 miles ahead of us today as we follow the eastern side of the lake, all the way back to Pooley Bridge. Not long after leaving Glenridding, we passed St Patrick's Well, one of the little historic landmarks along this part of the Ullswater Way. Day 2 gets underway with a peaceful walk through the woodland. Nelly's having a well-earned rest today after yesterday's walk, and the weather is absolutely perfect for hiking, warm and bright, with ideal conditions for enjoying the beautiful scenery around Ullswater. We continue along the track, gradually making our way down through the countryside. And then, as we come out into the open, we're rewarded with this beautiful view across Ullswater. Definitely worth stopping for a moment to take it all in. As we continue along the path, we get another beautiful view across Ullswater. Out in the distance you can just make out Norfolk Island, one of the small islands at the southern end of the lake. On a day like this, the views really are spectacular. We come across a fallen tree blocking the path here, so it's heads down as we make our way underneath. There are a couple of mountain bikers just ahead of us too, which shows that the Ullswater Way really is for everyone. Hikers, mountain bikers, adults and children alike. It's a fantastic way for anyone to get out and enjoy this beautiful part of the Lake District. This is Lowther Barn Tea Room, a great little place to stop along the Ullswater Way for a well-earned break. There are hot and cold drinks and plenty of refreshments, but on a beautiful day like today, there was only one choice for us, a well-earned ice cream. And we're coming to the end of our Ullswater Way adventure as we make the final descent into Pooley Bridge. It's been a fantastic 2 days, 20 miles of beautiful scenery, glorious weather and some wonderful views across Ullswater and the surrounding fells. I'd definitely recommend this walk. Doing it over 2 days gives you plenty of time to stop, take in the views and simply enjoy being in this beautiful part of the Lake District.